It's an NJIIHL McInnis Division matchup. Lancers, Knights next here on the NFHS Network.
He's going to take it himself for a championship. A double play wins it for free.
Turn it to the end zone. What a catch. McInnis on touchdown.
Into the layup, goes at the buzzer.
Wins it. The championship.
Good Monday afternoon, everybody. Hello and welcome to Richard J. Cody Arena on the campus of the South Mountain Reservation here in West Orange, Essex County, New Jersey. My name is Ryan Lowy. Today I'll be joined with Kevin Connolly on the broadcast. Kevin, welcome to the broadcast, and let's talk about our keys to the game here with the West Essex James-Caldwell Knights and the Livingston Lancers.
Yeah, Ryan, both these teams looking to pick up a big-time victory here today. We'll start first with the visiting team, Livingston Lancers. It starts where you have to be better in net. In the first two games of the season for Livingston, they allowed a total of 2 goals. In the next 2 games, they've allowed a total of 9 goals. If you want to win today against this West Essex James-Caldwell hockey team, you're going to have to be better in between the pipes. Also, for Livingston, you want to come early with your legs. You want to start fast. You want to have your legs under you, and you want to be ready to roll from the minute this puck gets dropped. For West Essex, you want to be strong in the crease. Goaltending, obviously, is always a major key, no matter what team you're talking about. For James-Caldwell, you want to be strong, and you want to eliminate the unnecessary chances Livingston could have in goal. You're going to want your defense pairing to be tough around the crease and clear out any possible loose puck. And for West Essex, most importantly, is your need to find depth. You're going to be without your leading scorer, Ryan, as you're going to get into in just a second, who's suspended for 2 games due to actions on the ice. So you're going to need other players to step up and score if you want to win here today.
Clayton Pryle is suspended for this competition and the following competition coming up for the West Essex Knights. These two teams a 2-1-1 record coming into this competition. The NJIIHL McInnis Division has always been lighting up public school hockey here in New Jersey, and these two teams are heavy favorites going into the later stages of the season as we are awaiting the playoffs in late February. Let's take a look at how both of these teams got here. For Livingston, it was a fantastic start, but they ran into a roadblock in their last competition. It was a 5-0 loss. They were shut out by Louisville in net and the Summit Hilltoppers here at Cody Arena on Friday night.
Yeah, Ryan, this Livingston team, they're 0-1-1 in their last 2 matchups. You talked about that 5-0 loss against Livingston, against Summit, last time out. And that's going to leave a sour taste in your mouth if you're the Lancers. You certainly want to bounce back from that performance here today.
And for West Essex, a great start to the season against out-of-conference competition. John Hay was on the call as they hosted Old Tapan here at Cody, an 8-3 win. They visited a strong Governor Livingston, defending Public C state champions side. Highlanders, they lost 6-5, then they beat Summit and tied Ramsey on the road 3-3 in an out-of-conference matchup. As we said, their top player, Clayton Pryle, is not on the ice today. That means that is a huge favorite for Captain Schultz and the Livingston Lancers. We have more coming up. Stay tuned as we give this to our sponsors at Toronto's Pizza. Welcome back here to Richard J. Cody Arena. Ryan Lowy, Kevin Connolly getting you started. 3 games here at Cody Arena today. The second one will be broadcasted here on the NFHS Network, presented by D1 Media Pro. That will be Pope John visiting Seton Hall. Kevin, that should be a great competition. We are 3 minutes away from this one, though. It is an NJIIHL McInnis competition. The Livingston Lancers and the West Essex James Caldwell Knights. West Essex James Caldwell, a combo program, head coach by Mark Gregory, with assistant coaches Darius Kopek and Tim Shea. And for the Livingston Lancers, longtime head coach, now over 200 wins to his name. That's head coach Conklin, and he's alongside head coach Dave Malucha. They both share the first name Dave. And Kevin, we're looking forward to a great one. Who are your players to watch today?
Well, Ryan, for West Essex, it's not one player. I'm just looking at the rest of this forward tandem. Without their star, you told us that Real is out here today for the West Essex James Caldwell Knights. For Livingston, I'm looking at the man in goal, the senior goalkeeper, Justinus Sanders. Sanders is going to have to be big for the Lancers here this afternoon if they want to come away with a victory.
Justinus Sanders, he was the backup goalkeeper for the Lancers for 2 years under star goalkeeper Zach Turbin, who has recently returned to town from college. He had a successful couple of years with the Lancers, making it 2 years in a row. He arrived at the McInnis Cup finals. He also made it to the state finals last year. Hiccups in both finals last year. Ridge in the state finals and in the finals of the McInnis Cup. A tough loss to Glen Rock 2 years ago, and last year a very tough, heartbreaking loss to Westfield, a team that they beat the other 3 times. They saw twice in the regular season and once in the playoffs. It's New Jersey High School boys hockey here on the NFHS Network. It's the Livingston Lancers and the West Essex James Caldwell Ice Knights. We're 90 seconds away from face-off right here at Richard J. Cody Arena in West Orange, New Jersey. 2-1-1 are the records that both teams share. Both these two teams are looking forward to competition in holiday tournaments at the conclusion of this week, but still they're wrapping up the first quarter of regular season competitions. West Essex play 2 out-of-conference matchups. Livingston's looking forward to an out-of-conference matchup against Ridgewood. That's strong competition coming up in this schedule as well. Last year, Livingston only lost 2 regular season competitions. That was not against conference sides, not even against public school sides in the regular season, but within Morristown, Beard, and St. Joseph Regional High School in Montvale in Bergen County. Those were their 2 regular season losses. On the other side, West Essex, a tough 9-13 record, but their highlight was playing spoiler in win number 9 on the season. That was a humongous win to knock the future Public C champions, Governor Livingston, out of the McInnis Cup in the first round, Kevin. So we're looking forward to a good one, just 35 seconds away from face-off.
Yeah, this should be a really good one. Both teams needing a victory, trying to get back on the right track. Both these teams coming in after 9 wins. Talk about West Essex with their tie against Ramsey, and obviously Livingston winless in their last 2 games.
Next scheduled competition for West Essex posted is on the 22nd of this month at Glen Rock, and for Livingston on the other side, they're looking forward to a matchup against Passaic Tech and Ridgewood in the holiday tournament. We're 5 seconds away. National anthem and face-off. Stay tuned here to the NFHS Network. New Jersey Interscholastic hockey between the Lancers and the Knights here in the McInnis division. That's next, right here on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network. Once again, everybody, my name is Ryan Lowy. I'm joined today with Kevin Connolly on the broadcast. A 4 p.m. face-off on the schedule. 12 minutes past, and we are getting ready for the first of two competitions, 3 here at Cody Arena today, but the following one coming up will also be broadcasted. Pope John visiting Seton Hall in a Gordon Conference matchup, Kevin.
Yeah, Ryan, should be 2 good games here this afternoon from Cody Arena that you can see live right here on D1 Media Pro. Happy to be on hand for both.
And, of course, both games are governed by the New Jersey Interscholastic Ice Hockey League and will be broadcasted to all with a subscription on the NFHS Network. Both games presented by D1 Media Pro. Ryan Lowy, Kevin Connolly, Mustafa Houghton in the building today. A special thank you to Mr. Steve Ruggiero and Mr. Joseph DiVincenzo operating the great Richard J. Cody Arena. We are ready for face-off. Ryan Lowy and Kevin Connolly ready to bring it to you here today. And here we go. Let's play NJIIHL McInnis Ice Hockey, presented by Toronto's Pizza. It's the Lancers and the West Essex Caldwell Knights. 3 15-minute periods, and the Knights will elect to cut the ice in between the second and the third period, most likely, as the Knights will now control in the back. Both teams call Cody Arena home. However, the Lancers are the away team for this one, and the Knights the home team. These two teams will meet in the coming weeks. The Lancers will call this one a home competition as a Conklin shot from far is whisked wide and taken away by the Knights. Here they come up the ice. Punch forward for Infusino. Chasing ahead now, here come the Knights once again, but it's poked away by a tough Reed Plotnick.
And Ryan, for Livingston, you want to get fresh legs out on the ice. They're a deeper team than West Essex.
Silva pass inside. Schultz can't finish. And it's covered up. In goal by Zeminski. Evan Zeminski, the sophomore goalkeeper. Saw some time last year alongside 2 other goalkeepers for the Knights.
You look at Zeminski, needing him to be big in net. We talked about goaltending in our pregame show. Try to limit as many shots on goal as possible if you're this West Essex defense.
Lancers find the puck now as it's poked away far side. Here come the Ice Knights as there's a collision. And across comes Namyatov. And the Lancers now on the takeaway. Selvin trickles one forward past the blue line, and the Knights will have to push it back ahead. Here's a one-on-one run opportunity, and a good defensive effort by Zox clears it away and gives Zales the puck for the Lancers. Zales wearing the alternate captaincy as he's shoved down. No whistle for a penalty. We will play on with around 13 and a half left to play in the opening period of action.
Yeah, Ryan, that was a really good check right in front of the Livingston bench there by Alex Selvin, breaking up that potential odd man rush for West Essex.
Taken away now, here's O'Hearn. O'Hearn off the boards, might hit off the official. Stick forward, an opportunity for the Lancers. And a good defensive check there by Haritsov. And the Knights will come down the other side once they find control of the puck behind their net.
Ryan, we've been playing a lot here in this game. Only a couple of whistles, a couple of face-offs to show for it.
Slap shot, deflected. Lancers will still control. Swung around the boards. Going down hard is Silva on the white ice as this one trickles towards the mid-marker. And poked ahead, the Knights will control defensively. And that is the second time we see a Lancer on the ground within these past 20 seconds. Slippery ice today. You know, all the players do say that Rink B, the smaller rink, just across the facility, does have better ice. This ice can get choppy. However, it's much better to watch games, and that's why almost all Kelly games, as well as Gordon games and McInnis games that are hosted here are played at this ice. And host a nice-sized crowd, definitely over 1,000, if need be. Used to be the Devils' practice facility back in the day. This one passed forward and deflected. Will hit off the near side boards. Poked forward, and touchdown defensively by the Knights.
Ryan, speaking of the Devils, big game tomorrow from the main ice in the Prudential Center. West Orange at Hanover Park, 7 o'clock face-off. Catch it live here on D1 Media Pro.
It's a good way to transition into a great competition. That's a McMullen MCSSIHL crossover. You know who's been surprising me in the MCSSIHL? Montville. Big win over Mountain Lakes Booton 5-0. It was midway through the third period. They were able to hold on to that one. Claim a huge victory. Cup hockey returns end of February. We'll have some of it for you here on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network as the puck is iced with around 11:20 left to play here in the opening period of action.
Ryan, that's only the second whistle we've seen here since the opening faceoff. Talked about it a little bit earlier. Both these teams really getting after one another up and down the ice we go. They've been playing good, clean, fast hockey.
And as we said, one important thing for the Lancers is they have to get going here today, and they have to get going quickly because they're coming off of a very tough 5-0 loss. They were trampled. Same amount of shots, but Louiselle shut them out. 26 for 26 on saves and a 1,000 save percentage he had on Friday night. It was tough for Livingston. They had home ice, but they just couldn't pull it out. On the other side, West Essex, when they took on Summit, it was a 2-0 win. That just really shows that when you're playing competition in the McInnis, it can go either way, depending on what night you're playing. A lot of players have club, a lot of players not dressed. There's suspensions. A lot of things factor into just a regular ice hockey game at the high school level, Kevin.
Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. You never know what you can get on a given night, and that's what makes this sport so enjoyable. Look at a team like Livingston. They fall 5-0 to Summit. West Essex beats them 2-0. That's why it's such an important game here, especially for Livingston. You want to get those good vibes back in your program after a 2-0 start.
Silva passes mid-ice, pokes it across the blue line. Behind the crease of Zeminski. Schultz rips one. Zeminski covers with around 10:45 left to play.
And Livingston getting more shots on goal than West Essex. West Essex still yet to record a shot on goal. And you just look at the two benches and see what both head coaches have for their line changes. Obviously, Livingston was a much more deeper team just in terms of numbers compared to West Essex.
Outside, here's a shot waved wide. Coming into this game, 93 saves for Evan Zeminski. Just a sophomore, 2 more years of high school eligibility. Completing competition this year. As whistles come in with around 10.5 now left to play.
That's going to be an offside on Livingston. They'll bring the faceoff back to center ice. And talked about how that opening 4 minutes went by with very little whistles. Seen about 3 whistles since here in about a 90-second span.
Faceoff from the middle of the ice. West Essex will control. Aritzov plays close side. Now here come the Knights down the ice. Devaney plays forward. Friedman will try and clean up for the Lancers. He's crushed to the boards. Schultz almost dragged down by the back. He's going to keep going. Ends up working as a pass. Chen back to Schultz, and now Schultz will spin out. His pass is intercepted like a football. And now here come the Knights. Says there's a far shot. Handled down, but cannot be covered in the net.
And that's something you want to cover.
Slap shot. This one rocks way wide, Kevin. Sorry.
Was an easy save there for Sanders, but you just want to hang on to that, especially when you have a couple of West Essex players coming right at you. You want to try to hang on to that, take a face-off, and live to see another day. However, Livingston was able to clear and end the threat.
Around 9:35 now left to play. Conklin, head coach's son, swings it around. Works the screen, and now here come the Lancers. Zales pokes forward. He's going to try and get Zox on one. Zox finds his way on. He's going to have to wait for the Lancers to get back on side. He does. Hard pass forward. Zales can't get a touch on it, but here come the Lancers. Nonetheless, this shot is saved by Zeminski coming from Zox. Captain Castellano ahead. Here comes Luca Infusino. Infusina poked off of it by Zox. Lancers now find their way on the puck. Behind the crease. Push and shove there by Zales, taken away by the Lancers. Anthony Cassesi tries to chip one across the blue line. No can do. Swung on around the boards, far side. Selvin ahead. This one just passes the blue line. It's poked forward. Cassesi finds his way on it. Can't find anything with it as Kronwall to the ground. Going down is Castellano. Knights would be offside, taken away by the Lancers. They'll get their way back on it. Selvin, miscommunication, and the Knights will punch forward. Tipped away by Zales.
Physical game here early in this first period. Seeing a couple of players lose the handle
Onside, Silva takes a shot. Saved by Zeminski. Here are the Ice Knights on the puck. Hunter White plays it away ahead. Here's a pass to him. He can't finish. Off a stick. Finding his way onto the puck. Here's Captain Schultz. Schultz lit it up in the first game with a hat trick. Let's see what he can do here. Backhander saved by Zeminski and cleared away. That was a tight effort. Almost squeezed into the net. And the puck is iced. In high school hockey, you don't have to win the race, Kevin.
Ryan, what I say in our pregame in terms of keys to the game, it was be sharp around the crease for West Essex, and you saw that there. A puck just trickling by Zeminski. He thought he had it, and you're able to have your defenseman on the weak side clear it right out of that blue paint. You'll take the icing there. You'll give up an icing for a goal any day of the week.
Now the Knights are on the puck. At the mid-marker, hit off the boards. The Lancers will try and work forward. Spins around, close side. Collision, and the Lancers will find their way on the puck. Swung around, Diamond. No one there. Zale's first one on it. No icing as the Lancers touched it away. Played forward, this one is taken away by the Knights. Sharp, 4 checks. And behind the net, here comes Hritzov. Hritzov off the boards. And Conklin for the Lancers. Back and forth we've seen it, Kevin.
Yeah, neither team really able to generate much sustained pressure in their offensive zone, but Livingston has had more shots on goal than West Essex here midway through this first period.
A reminder, Pope John making their way here to take on Seton Hall next. 6 p.m. scheduled face-off, likely delayed as they'll have to cut the ice after the completion of this contest. NFHS Network presented by D1 Media Pro. Icing with 6:13 left to go in the opening period.
Ryan, fairly even game so far between these two teams, and that was what we expected. Really impressed with the way West Essex has played without their star forward.
That's right, Pryal suspended for this one and for the next competition. Holiday Ice Hockey not going to feel the same for the Ice Knights. Pryal will not be on the ice for their next scheduled competition.
Leading scorer for this West Essex team, and
shot from far. This one is punched aside off the pillow by Sanders. 7 goals and 2 assists he's racked up so far this year, Kevin.
Tough to replicate that scoring production, but West Essex trying their best, and you've seen it here. They're trying to play more of a defensive game against Livingston.
And actually, last year, tardiness was a theme on this Knights squad as they had many players absent due to injury, due to club contests last year. One player for the Knights that graduated actually played Essex-Caldwell football, and he could not make his way onto the ice this year due to an injury. He was told that if he wanted to play, and he could, he would miss out on a key opportunity to likely play college hockey due to playing on a hurt leg, I believe it was. Nonetheless, in the contest versus Nutley Bloomfield Columbia for the Ice Knights, they were able to ceremonially get him to play for the starting face-off of the contest. As an appreciation for his dedication to the combo program, pass is deflected by Schultz. Schultz will take the puck. Simmered to the boards. Let's see what he can come up with. Right back to the Knights. Under pressure, now Schultz finds time with the puck. Sneaks one forward. Sean Chen, it's a 1-on-2. Chen will maneuver around Devaney. His pass to Schultz. And it's a disconnect. Shot from far, this one handled.
A lot of sticks on the ice defensively for Livingston. I say that in a good way. They're getting a lot of sticks in the passing lane and not allowing West Essex to get a clean shot at goal.
Swung on around the boards, this one far side. Punched forward by O'Hearn. And behind the net, it's Friedman, Mitchell Friedman. Gets one forward. Zox can't get himself on the puck. Whistle comes in.
Offside there for Livingston on the forecheck, trying to be a little bit too aggressive. And you carry the puck from the weak side of the blue line into the offensive zone. Easy call there for the officiating crew.
Now, Kevin, really interesting. I know it's very early, but it's going to be really hard to figure out who is going to be that McInnis Cup winner this year. Now, I likely think it's going to have to favor it in the direction of rather Summit or the Lancers or even West Essex. Those seem to be the big three, but it seems to go either way. So we'll have to see. A lot of talented teams in the McInnis this year. Here's a shot saved by Sanders, stick side. Yes, stick side. This one is off the fencing. Kevin, we were just talking about who you think is going to win the McInnis division this year. It's really up in the air, but I think the key three might have to go to Livingston, Summit, and Westfield. However, West Essex does squeeze in.
Yeah, you look at West Essex, they defeated that Summit squad already. Those feel like your big four, in my opinion. And it's going to be interesting to see how this thing plays out as we come down towards the latter parts of the season. Still a lot of hockey left to be played.
Yeah, Westfield currently not in first place, but the only undefeated team currently in the McInnis division. That's because they have not played McInnis competition yet this year. That's quite the good team. They got their season started off with 9 goals versus a Hillsborough side that they calmly tucked away. Conklin. Now the Lancers on the puck. Zales. Zales with the head of steam. He sees help far side from Silva. It's a 2-on-2. Zales takes it himself with 3:18. Passes one in on the backhand. Fight for the puck. A lot of traffic close side. On it now is Schultz. Schultz dangles. Schultz now behind. He'll try and find help as he's shoved. Dumps one in the back. And unable to keep with it is Silva. Now he's back on it. Let's see what Zach Silva can do. Backhanded pass in. Now for Zox. Under 3 minutes left to play in the opening period of action. Schultz tries to get one in. He almost snuck it through, but Zeminski comes up key in the crease.
West Essex has been outstanding near and around that blue paint here in this first period.
Zales with a head of steam. His shot might have been deflected well over. That one headed to Mercury. Sean Chen. And now it attempted to be passed in by Zox. Finds itself covered up by Zeminski with 2:25 left to play in the opening period of action. Ryan Lowy and Kevin Connolly here at Richard J. Cody Arena. We're in West Orange, Essex County, New Jersey for some NJIIHL hockey all day today. 3 games here at Cody Arena. Spoke about the first 2. Verona Glen Ridge and Glen Rock is the third contest. That one will not be broadcasted, but it is a big decider because in need of a win is Glen Rock in the McInnis division. Glen Rock playing with a smaller team this year in terms of numbers compared to other years. Hard to believe it's been 2 years since they took down the Lancers soundly and quietly in the McInnis Cup Finals. That was a COVID-shortened season that saw teams play as much as 12 to 14 games, unlike last year where teams played as much as 30 if they exceeded just the first round or two of both divisional or cup tournaments as well as the state tournament. As this shot is saved by Zeminski, he has trouble finding it. He's able to cover it up.
Things getting a little bit dangerous here for Zeminski. Livingston putting the pressure on with 1:50 to go in this first period.
Remember, West Essex considered the home team, although both these teams call this ice home. Well, that means West Essex, this year's rules, they get to choose in between the first or second period or the second and third. Which one will be the long change? Slap shot. This one is blocked aside by a defender. Right back onto it now is Plotnick. Taken away now by the Knights right off of Kasesi. Poked forward by Quinn. And now ahead, here comes Joe Namutov. A goal and an assist. He wants more. Can't do so. Tarasuk gets in the way. This one sneaks through for Zox. Here comes Zox. He's got help. He's poked off it from behind. Tarasuk now. He'll shoot this one. Deflected. Trickles close side on the right. Selvin tries to get on it. Defensively cleared up and cleaned by Oswald. Fight ahead as shoved down to the ground is Ryan Zales. The 5'8 junior maybe a little shooken up after that one. Now under a minute left to play. Final minute of the first period. This one chipped forward. Clock stops at 49 seconds. That one off the screen here at Cody Arena.
Yeah, puck deflected up into the netting. And Ryan, it's been a fast, physical first period, but it's also been a clean first period. We have not seen either team take a penalty yet.
Yeah, so far so good for the behavior of both teams. Of course, it's a physical hockey contest. It should always be at this level. But nobody has been in the sin bin yet today. West Essex-Caldwell, a Public C qualified program when it comes to playoff competitions, as they are Alongside James-Caldwell High School, West Essex is the seed of the team, as this one is shoved near Coach Conklin and the Livingston bench. On the other side, Livingston, a large one-team public school that will play in Public A. West Essex, an early exit last year, first round. Actually, they had such a tough start to the season, many thought they weren't going to make it. They had to save themselves by winning a majority of the latter half of their season. And the Lancers, they settled with the first seed and they made it to the finals, but a surprising Ridge team blew through them. Many say it was the lighting at the Prudential Center that day that threw them off. Under 30 seconds now left to play in the opening period of action. This one deflected over the net of Zeminski. Around the back now comes O'Hearn. Yeah, just trying to hang on.
Final 15 seconds.
Puck is iced.
Real Livingston buzzing a little bit, trying to grab a late period goal, and they're always such a momentum deflator if you're the team that gives it up, and a momentum creator if you're the team that scores these late period goals, and that's what Livingston's trying to do here. Another offensive zone draw for the Lancers.
From the back, here's a shot. It's deflected off the screen once again. 6 seconds left to play here in the opening period.
Third straight offensive zone draw for Livingston. Always wonder in these under 10-second situations when you pull your goalie to try and get the attacker out on the ice. It looks like Livingston is going to do that here.
3 seconds, 2 seconds. Lancers will punch forward, and that will do the opening period of action. We see a scoreless first 15 minutes of play. We'll be back for the second period, as we will be back in 5 minutes. Ryan Lowy, Kevin Connolly, Mustafa Hooten, D1 Media per page, NFHS Network. Don't go anywhere. We have more next.
They snap to Slade. They'll run a trick play. They'll throw it along. He catches it. They win! A trick play from St. Peter's Prep wins it in overtime. J.D. Farkas looking to work in. There's a stutter step. He lines up, and we're tied at 3. Camacho with 6. Armstrong the steal. All by himself. Take flight. Mark Armstrong. Oh, that's how the third quarter ends, with an exclamation point from the Villanova-bound senior. Last minute of play here in the first period. Marauders walk in at the circle. They'll send one in. They score! Oliver Harag gets the Marauders on the board with 56 seconds left to play in the first period. Walk in here. Payoff pitch is smoked out to left. Rapinski gives Prep a 2-0 lead. He took the payoff pitch and belted it way out of here. The designated hitter stays hot for the Marauders, and Prep's up by 2. Thomason, handoff, has room. He's got the first down. He stays on his feet. Thomason dives. Touchdown! First title since 2016. Phillips with numbers 3-on-1. The finish and a 4-point Pirate lead. Pitch is hit in the air, right field. Reed going back on it. He's still back. He's looking up, and it one hops up against the wall. On his way to score is Harcourt. Heading to third is Sprock. He'll put the brakes on and scamper back to second base. There's a shot and a goal! Charles Giordano to put Seton Hall Prep up 2, and they're 5:37 away. Up by 2. They have a 2-on-1. The puck is jarred free. Mendoza scores! The puck was knocked free right to the stick of Rocco Mendoza, and it's 4-1 Pirates. Glover, 1-on-1 with the basket. Oh, Jaden Glover! With the windmill to send this place into a frenzy. And to the corner. Lawrence. No-look pass, and Wiltshire lays it in. Wiltshire to the hole. Simeon Wiltshire starting to heat up. He's got 4 points, and Roselle Catholic leads by 11.
Watson to his brother, and Tariq is fouled and hits it. They'll go to the line for one.
They'll pick it up, the clock will move. Lawrence with Adams on him, lost his footing, gets a shot up, and he gets it to go. At the buzzer, Jamarcus Lawrence, a big first quarter for the Nebraska commit.
"15 fresh minutes put on the clock for the second period of action. Then they will cut the ice for Smash Mouth third period hockey here at Richard J. Cody area. Ryan Lowy, Kevin Connolly on the broadcast. D1 Media Pro NFHS Network. 18th ranked in the state of New Jersey, Livingston Lancers, and the currently unranked West Essex James-Caldwell Knights. Kevin, what did you take of the first period so far?
Well, I thought it was a very evenly played first period. I thought both teams had their chances at goal. Ultimately, Livingston had more opportunities to score, but you got to give credit to West Essex goalie Evan Zeminski. He was strong in between the pipes, and also his defenseman helping him out on a couple of plays, clearing some loose pucks out from around the blue paint.
Livingston coming off of a 5-0 loss on the other side. West Essex a 3-3 out of conference tie versus Ramsey. So here we go. Both teams have put their 5 on the ice alongside their goalkeeper. And official ready to drop the puck for period number 2. 3 15-minute periods. We're in for the second. 4:39 p.m. Eastern Time. A quick first period with minimal stoppages. Let's see what the second period has in store as the second page of the book has been turned.
Second period always interesting, Ryan, because the period of the long change.
And they did not cut the ice in between the first and the second period. They'll be cutting the ice between the second and the third. Mid-ice, this one is tipped in the air. The Knights now on the attack. It's White, Hunter White. Squeeze around, he's still on the puck. Reverses course, swings close side. Namyatov will chase to it with the skates. Pokes it behind, Oswald. Quickly on over now to Quinn. Quinn in the back now for White. And taken away by Conklin. Caught by Quinn, and whistles come in. This one out of play. Around 14-11 left to play in the middle period of action, Kevin. Again, this is NJIIHL McInnis hockey. Currently lighting up the division is Governor Livingston, New Providence, but Westfield 3-0 out of conference competition, so we're excited to see their first McInnis scheduled game is versus Livingston in a couple weeks' time, so that should be an exciting way to welcome Westfield into conference play. We're going to see they started unranked, and now they are the 10th ranked team. Really good start to the season, as we mentioned. 3 smooth victories. And they play their home matchups down at Warren Echo. Schultz gets 2 hands on the stick. He'll dangle with it. Cuts back. This one chipped to far. Zales inside. This one covered up by Zeminski under pressure with 13:37 left to play in the middle period.
And again, Livingston putting the pressure on Zeminski, but he has been up for the challenge so far through a period plus.
I'd like to thank our sponsors for making today's production possible: Toronto's Pizza Kitchen, Livingston Dental, and more. Knights wind up with it on the faceoff. Hritzov boards one forward. Zales. Help in the back from Selvin. Schultz finds his way onto a deflected pass. Schultz now behind the crease. Finds Ben Diamond. And we get right back to where we just were seconds ago. Schultz tries to tip one forward. Puck caught in the air. And a deflection finds the puck out of play.
Ryan, I was just going to say how we've had a clean hockey game so far. Neither team has taken a penalty yet, but Livingston's captain heading to the box.
So Schultz will enter the sin bin. A 2-minute minor against the Lancers. 13:06. West Essex, if they're able to score, that will bring him back earlier and put them on the board first. It's a 0-0. Tie score. Dylan Schultz in the box with 13:06.
For interference, Ryan. So Schultz gets the interference minor, and first power play opportunity of the afternoon goes to West Essex.
So let's see how the Lancers do on the power play.
Early clearance there for Livingston.
And my apologies, the West Essex power play. And now here come the Knights down the ice. Let's see how this Lancers shorthanded effort goes. Poked forward by Namyatov. Namyatov cuts course, and it's a clearance for the Lancers immediately.
Second one of this power play already. Haven't really seen this Livingston defense tested here through period plus. They're going to be tested here shorthanded, but two early clears have a positive sign for this penalty kill.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. The Knights on the power play.
West Essex hasn't been able to set anything up. They control here in the corner, bring it out to the point, see if they can set something up here.
Lancers now trying to work a clearance. This one fought by Zales. Zales surrounded by two Knights. It's going to include Joey Castellano, a goal and assist on the season. Taken away from far, here's Namyatov. Namyatov works a key. This shot doesn't work for White. Knights still controlling on the power play with 12 minutes.
Some pressure time here for West Essex, and they get a shot in towards goal. Still no shots on goal in this power play.
Taken away. And back on it for the Knights is White. Shot from far. This one scrapes wide and taken away by White. White once again will turn the corner. Conklin up his rear and taken away, and an attempted clearance from Zales is able to cross the blue line. It will go all the way with just a half a minute left to go here on the Knights power play.
Great job there from Livingston. They absorbed some sustained pressure from West Essex. They're able to clear. Now they just have 20 seconds left to clean off this penalty kill.
Here comes Namyatov, a goal and an assist for him. Scrapes round, he's going to have to take on the Lancer D-line. He will turn the corner. Poked off it, he'll keep it from crossing the blue line. He's going to get one over to Devaney. Here's a shot, this one cannot go through. The Lancers takeaway coming out. Comes, here we go. Schultz tries to find a shot. He's robbed. What a save by Zeminski. They'll try and put it back in. Zeminski still coming up key. Whistles come in. Somehow Zeminski winds up with the puck. That was Schultz coming out of the sin bin.
He really couldn't execute that pass much better if you were Livingston. It was perfectly timed. They controlled the puck as soon as penalty time expired. Schultz out of the box. They send the pass all the way up to the opposite blue line. But, man, somehow that puck didn't go in. An outstanding effort by Zeminski in goal for West Essex.
Selvin rips one. It's deflected off of Maniscalco. Probably no relation to Sebastian Maniscalco. He had a new release on Netflix, a hilarious gig out of Las Vegas. Taken away now, 5-on-5 hockey. 10.5 left to play in the middle period before they cut the ice. Hritzov finds his way on it for the Knights. Lancers kill their first test shorthanded. This one is going to escape through the legs, but an excellent effort from Zales will stop a breakaway for the Knights with 10-12.
And Ryan, it's funny. You know, in baseball, the old saying goes, momentum only carries you as far as your next day's starting pitcher. Well, in hockey, momentum only carries you as far as your opponent's goaltender. Livingston, a outstanding chance to seize momentum here in this game, killing off a penalty and having Schultz on an odd man rush. But Zeminski comes up big, and now West Essex has some of the momentum.
Schultz. Back out now to Conklin. Conklin lets one rip. That one squeaked through, but it's saved by Zeminski. More pressure being put on by the Lancers. Knights now find their way on the puck. Luca Infusino, returning Ice Knight. Scrapes forward. Finds his way around Plotnik, fellow 16. This one poked and saved off the pillow of Sanders. The putback. Oh, it's rocked over by Infusino. 9:22 now left to play in the middle period. Lancers find their way on the puck. Chip forward. Crosses the blue line as it's sticked ahead for Silva. Zach Silva loses the puck. Tarasuk winds on it for the Lancers. Tries to cut the corner. He can't. Lancers will try and keep it under pressure. Taken away by Oswald now.
Game opening up both ends of the ice a little bit here, Ryan. See if someone can break through.
Puck sneaks forward. Conklin to clean it up for the Lancers. Lancers able to burn a Knights 2-minute power play. Schultz in the sin bin. The captain almost scored off the return here. Can they come again? Cassesi scrapes by. Cassesi tries to get a shot on Zeminski with the save as he collides into the boards like he's on the offensive line.
Vicious collision there. Cassesi losing his footing, going straight into the boards. But, man, what an early performance here from Zeminski. Evan Zeminski, the sophomore goalkeeper for West Essex. He is putting on a dazzling display here against the Lancers.
And it looks like the Knights are now going to go to the sin bin. We're going to see the Lancers power play. This time, Kevin, I don't think I got that one wrong. This one looks like a hook.
It's going to be 2 minutes for hooking for West Essex. Told you how Cassesi went diving into the boards behind the goal, and, well, it's because he was hooked into those boards.
Face-off won by the Lancers. Now let's officially see their power play, and right off the bat, before the Lancers can even get some control on it, it's poked the front off the interception by Infusino, got his stick on it, and now Schultz will quarterback. Captain found his way out of the box earlier. He's now going to try and anchor something forward as Zales pokes one to the backboards. White swung on by Devaney. This one can't cross the blue line. Tarasuk takes his time as he receives pressure. He gets one to Schultz. Schultz and Tarasuk. Chipped ahead. This one goes through Schultz's legs. It's the soccer nutmeg as the Lancers will have to reset, but that might not be after the Knights try and put on some pressure. Infusino short-handed. Slap shot as the puck is left behind for Devaney. Knights really burning a lot of power play clock. Under 8 minutes left to go here in the middle period of the contest. 1:08 left to go on the power play. Here comes Dylan Schultz. Crosses the mid-marker, now past both blue lines. Schultz cuts the course. Zales. Far side, Igor Tarasuk. Tarasuk with a deke. Let's see what Tarasuk can do. Works around the boards close side. Silva. Dylan Schultz right back to Silva. Silva rips one, saved by Zeminski. Knights heave forward, Castellano. Still on at 30 seconds, he's short-handed. He lets one rip, saved by Sanders. Justina Sanders comes up with it. Saves the Lancers there big time as they were having pressure put on them while on the power play.
Outstanding penalty kill so far for West Essex, even getting offensive pressure time on this 2-minute minor that they've received. Forcing an offensive zone face-off short-handed, always impressive.
29 seconds left to go in the power play. 7:08 left to play here in the middle period. Tie score, nobody has scored yet so far here at Richard J. Cody Arena between the Lancers and the West Essex James Caldwell Knights. Ryan Lowy, Kevin Connolly, D1 Media Pro Page, NFHS Network, as there's a hard hit on the boards. And we're going to have whistles. Definitely injured. We could possibly see a power play here, Kevin. What'd you see?
Yeah, it was a hard, vicious hit into the board. Slow to get to his feet was Joey Castellano as he's being looked at here by the officials. I don't know if they whistled it dead because of the apparent injury to Castellano or if there was a penalty. Doesn't look like anyone's being directed towards the penalty box for Livingston. And I think that's the questions going on the benches is what was the whistle for?
Well, the whistle could have very much been for fear of a concussion, Kevin. That's my best
for
thought.
An injury, and that's what they're going to do. I think they just blew the whistle because they thought there was an injury as Castellano is going to skate off. So he will have forced off by the officials, and the faceoff will come back outside the zone.
The New Jersey State Interscholastic Athletic Association takes concussion injuries very seriously. Here come the Lancers down the ice. Zales with 6:50. Plays one back for Conklin. Conklin lets one rip. It's deflected away. Cassesi now on the puck. He's pushed down by Devaney. Still, those Zales will press it forward. Opportunity for the Lancers. Schultz receiving the puck from Cassesi. Let's see what he can do. It's poked away, but still put under the pressure. This one is going to take a tough bounce, but Zeminski finds himself on it with 6:28.
So both teams 0 for 1 on the power play. 6.5 to go here before the long intermission between the second and the third. Interesting to see if anyone can seize momentum, find the back of the net before we head to the second intermission.
So, Kevin, while we have a minute, we spoke about McInnis. Who do you think is going to win Gordon this year?
It's going to be tough. You have your big dogs at the top of Don Bosco and Del Barton. It's going to be tough to knock them off. But Gloucester Catholic, outstanding start to the season as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't count out Bergen Catholic or Del Barton as well. They come in fierce. They can play spoiler to an exciting Gordon Cup run. Devaney plays forward. Scorching around. 6 minutes left to play here in the middle period. Ryan Lowry, Kevin Connolly on the NFHS Network, presented by D1 Media Pro. Tarasuk tucked away by Namyatov, and now the Knights come down the other side. It's Namyatov on it. He's off sides.
Yeah, a little bit of a cluster on that far blue line. West Essex just not able to get the bodies on the opposite side and stay on side, as we'll get wholesale line changes for both teams here with under 6 minutes to go in the second period.
Schultz and Castellano on the face-off.
Good to see Castellano back out on the ice after he was hit hard into the far corner boards. Referees made him go off as he was slow to get up, but back out for his next shift. Yeah,
that's a win on its own for the Knights. The Knights want everybody healthy for the holiday tournament. Alongside that, they're going to want everybody healthy throughout the season's duration. It's going to be a tough McInnis Cup this year, just like every year, and it's going to be a very tough Public C. Finding his way on the puck ahead, here's Sean Chen. But Castellano regroups his thoughts. He's able to stop a breakthrough.
Outstanding defensive recovery there for Castellano. Livingston's had a couple of those chances.
Speaking of Castellano, here he goes ahead. My apologies, that's not Castellano, that's Michael Quinn. 5:05, taken by Zales. And now, down the other side, here's Schultz. Schultz rips one. Saved by Zeminski. He's on the rebound. Schultz. And he loses the puck this time. Now coming down the other side is Castellano. Joey Castellano poked off the puck. Schultz finds it. He plays one forward. Cassesi, perfectly timed, redirects, falls down on it. Oh, his rear end hit the ice, and you knew that ended the breakaway for the Lancers off the perfect pass. Needle in the throttle. Knights down the other side. Luca Infusino, backhand under pressure. Deflected out. Infusino right back on it. Tarasuk pushes it forward now on the puck. Matthews, Zox lets one rip. Oh, it's just oh so close.
How about this game really opening up here in these last couple of shifts? And Ryan, what a missed opportunity for Cassesi, just losing his footing on the ice as it looked like he was going to go one-on-one with Zeminski.
Under 4 minutes left to go here in the middle period before they cut the ice at Richard J. Cody Arena on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network. This game, of course, after its completion, is available on demand. Hritzov winds around Conklin. His pass inside off the stick of Turbin. Let's see what the Lancers can do. Chip forward, that's one thing the Lancers have been doing. It's been finding breakaway opportunities, but Zeminski has been perfect today for the Ice Knights. Schultz keeps it from crossing the blue line. Attempted stick down by Silva. Knights on it anyway. This one takes a tough hop off the boards, and the Lancers find their way on it. Schultz. Now back to Chen. Now back to the head coach, his son, Conklin, and now the Knights down the other side. This pass deflected by Conklin. finds its way out of pressure. Nice catch there by Silva to work ahead for the Lancers. Silva waves round. Silva cuts a pass inside, and it's taken away by the Knights. Here they come now. Back and forth ice hockey on the network. Namyatov ahead now to Devaney. Lancers now on the puck. Here's the alternate captain, Ryan Zales.
A lot of time passing without a whistle here, Ryan. Nearly over 2 minutes, and right on cue, we'll get an icing.
Lancers going to use this as an opportunity to switch lines, as the officials will convene on the right side of the ice. This is interesting, Kevin. They'll have the face-off in the middle. Knights find their way on it. Here they come ahead. Namyatov. Shot saved.
Yeah, Ryan, I think we had an inadvertent whistle on that last icing. I think it might have been deflected near the red line, and that's why they brought the face-off to center ice.
.2:15 left to go here in the middle period. Conklin plays it forward. Devaney will take his time. Less than 2 minutes left to play here in the middle period before they cut the ice. Patrick Devaney, the sophomore forward. Look at him go. He's really quick out there. He shoots, and it's saved by Sanders. Tucked off the pillow. 1:45 now left to go in the middle period. Conklin cuts back for Tarasuk. Igor Tarasuk played forward by Cassesi. All the way down to the end of the ice for an icing with 1:32.
No inadvertent whistle there. Clear icing and an offensive zone faceoff for West Essex. Ryan, we talked about it at the end of the first period. Got to mention it here as well at the end of the second. These late period goals, so deflating for the team that gives it up and so uplifting to the team that scores it. Can either one of these teams take a lead here in the final 92 seconds into the dressing room during the second intermission?
What I think is very interesting, Kevin, is both teams saw themselves on the power play for a full 2 minutes, and they both saw themselves shorthanded, and they were both able to break out shorthanded, but could capitalize on the power play. But let's see what the Lancers can do 5-on-5 here on the attack. Chen in the back now for Silva. Silva crosses the blue line. He'll have to reset and wait for his teammates to cross the blue line and plays it forward. Nearing a minute left to play here in the middle period of action. Still no score between the Ice Knights and the Lancers on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS network. Kevin, it's been a back and forth effort. We saw the first period move a little quicker than the second. However, the second period, it really got a little bit more feisty.
It did, and you saw some periods, about 2 minutes each, where both teams are really able to open up the ice like this for West
Down
Essex.
the ice, here comes Infusino. His pass almost into the back of the net for an Ice Knights goal, but coming up big there is the Lancer D-line there alongside Justina Sanders. This pass taken away by the Lancers. Pass across the ice. Ritzov with 25 now. Zales. Deflection, Knights back on it. They will have an opportunity. Swung around and Schultz on it. Schultz with around 10 seconds left to play. He's head forward with a head of steam. However, a key defensive effort by the Knights, and now they put on pressure. Sanders gets a stick on it, and that will do the middle period of action. We will go to the third after cutting the ice, still with no score. And a reminder to all our fans watching, unfortunately, we could see a tie contest. However, still 15 fresh minutes left to go on the agenda, so we'll have to see what that brings to us. But first, stay tuned as we will pay some bills. A message from our sponsors: Scoreless, Lancers, Ice Knights. Game 1 of 2 here on the network. Game 3 to be coming up after that, not on the network, here at Cody Arena. Ryan Lowry, Kevin Connolly, Mustafa Houghton. We'll be right back for the third period of action next.
They hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way up, way too fly, yeah, I'm feeling.
We treat you like family.
They snap this lead. They'll run a trick play. They'll throw it along. He catches it. They win! A trick play from St. Peter's Prep wins it in overtime. J.D. Farkas looking to work in. There's a stutter step. He lines up, and we're tied at 3. Camacho with 6. Armstrong the steal, all by himself, take flight, Mark Armstrong! Oh, that's how the third quarter ends, with an exclamation point from the Villanova-bound senior. Last minute of play here in the first period. Marauders walk in at the circle, they'll send one in, they score! Oliver Harag gets the Marauders on the board with 56 seconds left to play in the first period. Walk him here. Payoff pitch is smoked out to left. Rapinski gives Prep a 2-0 lead. He took the payoff pitch and belted it way out of here. The designated hitter stays hot for the Marauders, and Prep's up by 2. Thomason, handoff, has room. He's got the first down. He stays on his feet. Thomason dives. Touchdown! Their first title since 2016. Phillips with numbers 3-on-1. The finish and a 4-point Pirate lead. Pitch is hit in the air, right field. Reed going back on it. He's still back. He's looking up, and it one hopped up against the wall. On his way to score is Harcourt. Heading to third is Sprock. He'll put the brakes on and scamper back to second base. There's a shot and a goal! Charles Giordano to put Seton Hall Prep up 2, and they're 5:37 away. Up by 2. They have a 2-on-1. The puck is jarred free. Mendoza scores! The puck was knocked free right to the stick of Rocco Mendoza, and it's 4-1 Pirates. Glover, one-on-one with the basket. Oh, Jaden Glover! With the windmill to send this place into a frenzy.
To the corner. Lawrence. No-look pass, and Wilcher lays it in.
Wilcher to the hole. Simeon Wilcher starting to heat up. He's got 4 points, and Roselle Catholic leads by 11.
Watson to his brother, and Tariq is fouled and hits it. They'll go to the line for 1.
They'll pick it up, the clock will move. Lawrence with Adams on him, lost his footing, gets a shot up, and he gets it to go. At the buzzer, Jamarcus Lawrence, a big first quarter for the Nebraska commit.
Martin drops back, looks left, throws left. Pass complete.
Second and 8, Raging Bulls. Play action. It's tossed over the middle. Touchdown.
In, crowding the line of scrimmage. Man comes in motion. Minucci turns around, hands to Heath. He's got a first down, a lot more. There goes Ronnie Heath. He's off to the races. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Don Bosco.
Ball carried by number 5, Ronnie Heath.
He's still running. He's still looking. Ooh, that's a beautiful pass, though. Touchdown. Oh, that's a amazing play right there. That's Jordan Marsh with the concentration. Hey, that was a nice
Shepard. Shepard throwing. He's getting chased out left. Throws it. Oh, 13 catches it. And number 12. I'm sorry, number 12 on the catch. Brings it in. Number 13 with his second touchdown.
Man in motion. And a pass up the field. Received by number 5, Jaden Blackwell.
And that is a touchdown for the Trojans.
And there is a touchdown. Boy, how quickly things can change.
Over 10 seconds left on the play clock. They're going to hand it to Smothers, and he cuts it up. And he got some room right here, and he's still going. They're reaching for the touchdown. Wow. And that's another spectacular run from Dylan Smothers. He carried. And he go to the air again, and that's a touchdown. That's order. Gordon, back to pass. Gonna throw a deep ball, far side, caught! Touchdown! Nasir Addison on the reception. And Irvington jumps out on top. It's 6-0 Blue Knights. 9:01 left to go here in the first quarter.
Oliver from the shotgun. Takes the snap. It's a passing play. They'll work easy to Phillips. Phillips got a lot of yards. He's to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown! Nice run there by James.
He drops back. Little pressure.
He comes up, he throws it deep. And it's a flag on the play, along with the reception.
A lot of time to make a play.
Third down and long. There's a pass play, and it's intercepted. Eric Perez with the pick. Can he go to the house? He lost the ball. He recovered it. What's the sign?
That's smothered. And look at him go. He just broke through the whole defense.
That's right.
He looked like he was going to take that to the house right there. That's a touchdown. He didn't even come.
Touchdown Cougars.
That's the most dynamic play I've seen all year.
Number 3, Timmons.
That play's got
Over to Floyd, he's open, thought about the 3, drives, baseline! Oh, what a start for Corey Floyd! Free throw line, tries to dump a pass off, gets intercepted. Freeman all the way to the hole. Oh, what a block by Moore! Left to play in the fourth quarter. Cromartie, 3, got it! Davis probes in the corner, 3-pointer, up and down, Brown again! His second straight 3. Roselle Catholic in a hurry. Wilcher, back to Bueno. He's going to try and tie it. And he does! Oh, big shots all around!
He can't get around, and a turnover. Corey Floyd has it. Step through lane, down the basket!
Here's Kramer. Kramer walking in. Pass in front. They score! 5. Puck comes back out to the point. Gorski with a shot, and then they score! Slap shot for the point. Block the side. Here comes Ken Bishop walking in short-handed. He scores! Up ahead for the Marauders. Here comes Bigwitz. They score! Michael Benkovitz for St. Peter's Pup, and they lead it 3-2. The celebration is underway. The horn sounds, and the Glen Rock Panthers are the McInnis Cup champions. But that's going to do it. The revenge tour is complete. The Don Bosco Prep Ironmen are the Gordon Cup Conference champions.
You can see the future of the Duke and North Carolina rivalry on D1 Media Pro.
There you see Hubert Davis, head coach of North Carolina, here to see Simeon Wills.
Looking live right there at a trio of Duke basketball coaches. John Shire, Nolan Smith, Emil Jefferson. Clock now at 12. Kicks it in the corner. Lively for 3. Got it. Derek Lively, a corner 3 in an early third quarter. As he'll look to go off the dribble here, goes right around Lively, and he gets the roll. Inbounds to Wilcher. A step back, fade away, through contact. Simeon Wilcher. He's out for Mbako. He'll try one from beyond the arc. And Mackenzie Mbako is on fire to start this one. The Marauders go back to their bread and butter. Their 3 offensive touchdowns today have all been on the ground. They'll go back to the ground here with Slade, and he's
Still scoreless entering the third period. Ryan Lowry, Mustafa Hoot, and Kevin Connolly here on the broadcast for you on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network. Kevin, what did we see from the second period? Much alike to the first when it comes to the scoreline.
Yeah, Ryan, it was a lot of the same in that second period like we saw in the first. Still scoreless, 15 minutes left to play. Are we going to get a winner or are we going to get a tie here?
Yeah, 2 teams not coming off of victories. Lancers, their toughest loss they've seen in a few years' time, as a matter of fact. And on the other side, the Ice Knights, a tie out of conference at Ramsey High School. So here we go. The ice is cut. The Knights and the Lancers are ready to play a third and final period of hockey. No overtime in the regular season. Got to wait till the McInnis Cup for that one. Here come the Knights. Here's a shot. It's over Sanders. Almost crosses the blue line. Doesn't do so. Punched forward. Here's an opportunity for Devaney. This one saved by Sanders.
Yeah, Ryan, already looking at the clock. 5:18 here in the arena at Cody Arena. Going to have a delay between Seton Hall and Pope John. Probably closer to a 6:30 start than 6 o'clock.
Yeah, last night Seton Hall Prep coming off of their first win of the season. They're taking on Pope John next. Kevin Conley on the broadcast alongside Benjamin Novoselic. Puck in the air, covered once again by Sanders.
What a blast from just outside the circle there for West Essex from Patrick Devaney. He wound up and absolutely blasted that one. Nice blocker save there by Sanders.
Lancers will change lines as we await the face-off left side of your screen. Puck drops with 14:30. Lancers trying to get going here. Cassesi. Yeah, the Knights will have to clean it up. Devaney. Cross the board, tucks in, but this one does not cross the blue line. Zales on it. Zales pushed hard by Devaney. Loses the puck. Zales right back on it now. Tucked into the corner. Trying to keep his stick on it. He does. Dangles with it. And this pass just a little bit too strong and wide for Cassesi. Cassesi and Selvin work together. Pardon me, not Cassesi. That is, in fact, Cassesi. Gets it back to Selvin. This shot is taken. And the Knights remain on the puck. Devaney plays it through to Quinn. Takes a tough touch. And now on it for the Lancers is Tarasuk. Igor powers forward. He's got help from Cassesi. He opens up the ice. He takes a shot. Oh, it's off the cage. What a save by Zeminski. Bails out the Knights. Now they want to take advantage of it coming around the other side. Poke forward by Infusino. Sanders touches it down with the stick. And played ahead. This one will be called an icing. 13:06 in the third period.
What a save by Evan Zeminski. Time after time, he just comes up with huge save after huge save for West Essex. Again, this time he's able to keep Livingston off the scoreboard and keep this game scoreless early in the third period.
Now, Kevin, I've mentioned this before. He's only a sophomore, 2 more years of eligibility for Evan Zeminski and the West Essex-Caldwell Ice Knights. Except for your last year 9-13 record. This year off to a terrific start. Coming off of a 3-3 tie versus Ramsey. There was a shot opportunity. It was whiffed on by Castellano.
It was right on his stick, right in the middle of the slot. He just couldn't control it and pull the trigger.
That's what you call cracking under pressure.
And especially in a game like this where there haven't been that many A-plus scoring chances, Castellano had one right there and just couldn't corral the bouncing puck in the high slot.
Icing the call with 12:35 in the third period. Lancers now on the puck. Selvin, here's a slap shot. Sales finds itself on the wrong side of the net off the boards. Poke forward. Schultz. And now the Ice Knights towards the mid-marker. Here they come. Here's Maniscalco. Saved and tucked away by Sanders. Justina Sanders having a terrific day. This shot trickles and fits into the back of the net for a Knights goal. Let's see who they give it credit to. But it's likely going to be the captain, Joey Castellano, Kevin.
Castellano couldn't pull the trigger moments ago. This time, a rolling puck comes to his stick just inside the blue line. He fires it, and it finds back Twine, and West Essex has a lead early in this third period.
Looked like it was tipped a couple times, Kevin. But as you said, Castellano on the finish, the captain. Number 8, the senior forward. That's his second goal of the season. He's also got an assist to his name. First goal of the contest comes 3 minutes into the final period of action. Quinn. Let's see how the Lancers respond. Cassesi rips one to Mercury. Plotnick can't get a stick on it. The senior will regroup the Lancers. Leaves it behind for Tarasuk. Tarasuk Spears one through, and all of a sudden finding it is Cassesi, but he's on a race with Quinn. Cassesi gets his skates there first. He goes down. Quinn finds himself on the puck.
Lucky that wasn't a tripping penalty there on Michael Quinn as Cassesi went down trying to flip a pass back to the center of the ice.
1-0 Ice Knights. Joey Castellano, the captain. Here's a snapshot. This one waves wide. Conklin punches one back into pressure. Here's Cassesi. Cassesi couldn't find the puck on a possible breakaway. There he goes. Face splat on the ice, and the Knights will try and take advantage. And they'll use this as a chance to shift. He will change lines with 10:50. Around that left to go here in the final period. Plotnik ahead. Cassesi now over to Zox. And Zox to Chen. And this one corralled in by Zeminski.
Gloves right out of the air by Zeminski. He's been outstanding for West Essex. The reason they're in front.
These two teams to meet again soon. Second scheduled competition between these two teams on the schedule. The only in the NJIIHL alongside many other divisions in many different sports. You have to play a home and away matchup versus teams within the same standings as you. Also, a few out-of-conference games are required on the schedule, as well as conference out-of-division games. Whistle comes in. This one could be roughing. We'll see what the call is, Kevin. What'd you see?
I think it's going to be an offside.
Yes, offside looks like.
Face-off's going to come back to center ice. Actually, check that. I think it's going to be a hand pass.
Okay.
That brings the face-off to center ice.
Around the back to Zales. Zales having a terrific season alongside him in the back. Converted back to the defensive position as Selvin. They get it ahead to Schultz. Schultz will try and tie this one up. He whistles one wrong side. Under 10 minutes left to play in the contest. Here's a shot that's corralled in by the glove of Zeminski.
Zeminski getting it done with the pads, getting it done with the blocker, and the past two saves flashing the leather here for West Essex. 9:55 remaining in this third period, and their goaltender still going strong here against Livingston.
Yeah, we're nearing the face-off. Give it at least a half hour between. Here's a shot, backhander, and it can't go for Schultz, but we're nearing face-off between Pope John and Seton Hall Prep. Kevin Connolly will be on the broadcast alongside Ben Novosiolik. That'll be on a separate stream. So make sure to find that one after the completion of this contest. And this game will be available on demand. Lancers putting on pressure. They want to tie a 1-0 game, not in their favor. Round goes Silva. Silva plays one. Here's a shot. Saved by Zeminski. That one came from Diamond.
The pass was just on the weak side of Ben Diamond. He had to try and switch the puck from his backhand to his forehand. He was dangerously at the circle, but that split second he took to switch back to his forehand, it allowed Zeminski to glide over across the crease and make the stop.
Under pressure again, and Zeminski has to cover up. Looks like the net might have been dislodged as well slightly. Or no, I might just be seeing that one wrong.
But nevertheless, Zeminski again, traffic in front, locating the puck and jumping on it early.
Played forward by Tarasuk. 9:10 left to play here in the final period of action. 1-0 Ice Knights. Second goal of the season by Castellano is currently what they'll credit it.
What an outstanding win this would be for West Essex if they're able to hang on without one of their other senior leaders, their leading scorer. We told you earlier that they are playing today and their next game without Clayton Pryal.
Interesting thing, the Lancers, they were shut out last competition. This would be the first time they've had back-to-back shutouts in a couple years. It's a rarity a team as high level as the Lancers sees a result like that. On the other side, the Ice Knights are playing opposite hockey to last year. Alongside, most players on the roster are healthy and most players are shining at the right time. And of course, Pryal absent. That's going to scare the Lancers in the next competition because they'll be playing this same team with Pryal. Here's Tarasuk. He wants to reset the game. He can't because Zeminski denies him.
Good clear out there to the boards and the rebound. West Essex having to clear the zone now.
Chen. Zales rips one. Deflected off the back line, and now the Knights will try and recourse this one. Infusino looking for his 4th goal. Zales tucks him into the boards. Tarasuk, and this one whistles out of play.
One off the netting. It looks like there's some lever device that's hanging just above the netting that's ricocheting as the puck made its way into the stands. It'll be an offensive zone draw.
Now
for West Essex.
I want to say, Kevin, it looks like a zip line. Maybe I want to hop on that one in between games.
I honestly don't know what that's for, but it does look like something over there. See if we can get a quick view of it. See right there, that little black rope and lever. That's what it ricocheted off of.
Well, we'll have to talk to Mr. Ruggiero after the game to see if we can get ourselves on the zip line schedule when that one's out. That's my best guess of what that can be. This one played ahead. That one off the hand of a Lancer. That's Plotnik. Nice effort by Silva, bodying himself onto the puck. Taking over is Captain Schultz. Schultz ahead. He's taken down to the ice from behind. Doesn't look like they'll get the power play side of things off of that one. No penalty.
Yeah, we only had 2 combined penalties in this game, once on each team. Neither power play able to score.
Here come the Knights ahead. This one poked forward. Conklin creates an opportunity for Silva. Silva surrounded by 2 Ice Knights. They'll have to regroup around with 6:50 in the 3rd period. Schultz waves round, poked away, and he's going to be the first one to go reset it. He has to call off, or no, Conklin will call him off. Quickly ahead, right off the shift. Silva rips one. It's deflected. That's another opportunity. The Lancers couldn't even get the shot on net.
Yeah, West Essex playing outstanding in front of their goalie here. We told you how good Zeminski has been, but it's been these defense pairings for West Essex. Mentioned in the first period, they're getting a lot of sticks in the shooting and passing lanes of Livingston here in this game.
6.5 in the final period of action. D1 Media Pro Page, NFHS Network, Ryan Lowry, Kevin Connolly, Mustafa Houghton in attendance today. First of 2 games of the 3 contests on the schedule. Cody Arena, we will cover. Cody Arena, the Madison Square Garden, many say, of New Jersey high school ice hockey. It's that good, and it actually once hosted even higher level hockey. Practice facility for the Devils, and they also had an affiliation with Seton Hall University. Don't have the details of that one, but a premier area for New Jersey hockey. Whistle comes in, might have been covered by Zeminski there.
If you're Livingston now, you're starting to take a look at the clock. Under 6 minutes left to play. No need yet to pull Sanders, but certainly has to be floating in the back of the mind of head coach David Conklin.
Conklin, longtime coach, received the 200 win marker, looking for win 201. Lancers outscored 6-0 in their last 2 games so far, as this one almost deflected in favor of the Lancers. Instead, it waves well wide, under 5:50 left to go in the contest. Quinn. Off the skates of the ahead, Castellano with a goal on the day, 2 on the season, as well as an assist to accompany it. Selvin pass deflected. That may help out Schultz, who makes a soccer move, pokes one ahead with the stick. Schultz with help with Tarasuk, tries to pass one. Oh, it's deflected by Haritsov. He saves the day.
Again, stick in the passing lane. West Essex doing an outstanding job limiting Livingston in their potential rushes.
Cassesi to tie the contest. No good. Boards help it cross the blue line. Lancers will have to reset. Zales plays forward. Tarasuk, Schultz. Schultz can't get himself on the puck. And shipped ahead for the Ice Knights. Maniscalco is going to deliver one like a gift wrap package to Castellano. Castellano shot, and it's saved by Sanders.
Both goalies have been outstanding so far here this afternoon for Livingston and West Essex, but it's been Zeminski who's outdueled Sanders, who has allowed one to get by him earlier in this period. And that's the difference in the game.
And the last competition, both teams, including the Summit Hilltoppers and the Livingston Lancers, both had 26 shots. However, 26 for 26 in net was Louis L for Summit, as whistles come in on the other side. 21 for 26 was Sanders. Believe we have a timeout here.
Yeah, we are going to get a timeout called. I believe it was Livingston who calls the timeout. They're going to use their only timeout with 4:47 left on the clock.
4:47 left to go here in the third period of action. Ryan Lowy, Kevin Connolly on the broadcast. Coming up next, Pope John and Seton Hall. Kevin, you're very excited for that one.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Seton Hall getting their first victory of the season last night on the road against a good Princeton Day squad. Now they go back to the Gordon Conference and take on Pope John, looking to pick up their first home victory of the season are the Pirates. Again, it was scheduled for a 6 o'clock puck drop, probably going to be closer to 6:15, 6:30 after the final 5 minutes of this game. Then they're going to come out and clean the ice and bring the teams out for an 8-minute warm-up. So probably closer, 6:15, 6:30. That game will start.
Both these two teams, McInnis Cup contenders, both 2-1-1. If we take a look at the McInnis standings, Governor Livingston up top 3-1, Livingston 2-1-1, West Essex 2-1-1, Summit 1's aside 1-1-1, same for Verona. 1-1-2 is Glen Rock, and Westfield currently not counted in the standings. They're 3-0, but have not played a McInnis NJIIHL matchup yet. Without Pryal is West Essex. They're still trying to come up with meeting one of the two here in the Exit 5 rivalry. Last year, the Lancers dominated the Exit 5 rivalry. They were able to win the first one a narrow 3-2. As West Essex's small roster that was injury-prone weakened, the Lancers were able to come up with a 7-0 victory just a few months later. I was on the call with Sean Hay in the first game, and on the second game, I joined Jacob Gorn. You can catch both on the on-demand function from last year. So you're going to have to do a lot of scrolling, but that's on the on-demand function of the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS network. Puck swung around for Conklin. Schultz is very shifty out there, Kevin. One of the top players on the ice. As here's an opportunity. That is going to be saved by Sanders with the stick. Justinas acting as a defender. He has to come out to take out the trash for the Lancers. Nobody likes doing chores, Kevin, but you got to do them so you don't get punished, and that's exactly what Sanders did. He's keeping this one a one-goal contest. Played forward and touchdown by Silva. Silva sees Schultz. Schultz had the opportunity. He couldn't get a one-touch on it. His pass inside. Needle in the throttle squeezes through. Conklin poked off the puck by Namyatov. Schultz will reset the squad now here in the third period. Cuts across. He's onside. He can't get a shot. He's narrowed away from it. Paralyzed to the boards. This one squeezes by the hand of Selvin, trying to catch the puck. Takes a lucky roll off the boards. And now on it is Ryan Zales. Zales ahead that one. Collides hard with the boards. Silva on it. Silva, one-touch passing with Chen. Silva can't finish. Reset pass out far for Zox. Can't get a shot on it. Sneaks past the blue line.
Icing gets waved off, and these Livingston passes are just a hair off, either just behind its intended target or just on the wrong side, where the forward then has to try and adjust his body to try and get it to his forehand.
Zox ahead. Can't find his way on the puck. Here's an opportunity for Zales. Zales poked away from it as well. It's likely the Lancers are going to have to soon think about pulling Sanders, putting a six-man on the ice. Six skater. That one squeezes by Sanders. Gets the icing call. Holds his hand up for it to remind the official with 2:27 left to go here in the third period. And Kevin, when do you think appropriate for Coach Conklin? Every coach has a different style, but they're all thinking similarly. Pull that goalkeeper. When do you think?
Yeah, if it were me in that position, given Livingston's limited opportunities trying to score so far in this game, I would think about it within the next 30 seconds. But I would say definitely within the next minute, you will see Sanders pulled.
I guess you can think of the default as to do it around the 2-minute marker. That's the safe way to say it, especially when it's a one-goal difference. This one's saved, and in the air caught down, and Quinn tries to poke it past blue line, can't do so. This one trickles aside anyway, and the Lancers will be forced to reset under pressure. Tarasuk with a strong pass on over. There's Coach Conklin's son trying to power through, going down to the ground. Is Maniscalco. Whistles come in. There's a hard extracurricular hit. Schultz is trying to look out for his boys. He knocks down fellow captain Castellano with the goal on the day.
Yeah, a little bit extracurricular activity there from Schultz. Lucky he didn't get a penalty on that one. That would have really limited Livingston's opportunity to try and come back in this one. Now 2:05 left, neutral zone face-off. Sanders going to have to stay in his cage for now.
2 minutes left to play here in the contest. Lancers, once they get on the offensive side of things, have to seriously think about pulling their goalkeeper. See what coaches Conklin and Malucci, the two Daves, come up with. Looking at Conklin. Didn't wave him over. That's a smart move because here comes West Essex down the other side. Chip forward, and saving it is Sanders, and he decides to pull it forward with his stick and cover it up.
Well, that's what you want to do if you're West Essex. Keep that puck in your offensive end. Keep Sanders in between the pipes. Now 1:40 to go in the third period. I think on the next time Livingston clears their defensive zone and gets it into the offensive end, they're going to pull Sanders.
Tarasuk swings one far. This one intended for Schultz. Backhander by Quinn. Saves a breakaway.
Sanders was trying to come out of his cage there, but West Essex sending the puck right back into the neutral zone now on their offensive end. Forces Sanders to stay in the net now with 1:20 left on the clock.
80 seconds left to play. As you said, Kevin, this one intercepted. Swung by and off the stick side padding.
Livingston just can't dump the puck into their offensive end from the neutral zone, forcing Sanders to stay in his cage. Now 60 seconds left to go in the third period.
Conklin swings one ahead. Here's Zales.
There goes Sanders.
Sanders is out. Lancers on the 6-on-5 attack. This one is saved by Zeminski. And now here come the Ice Knights. They will shoot on an empty net. This one is off the hand of Silva. Silva saving the day. 45 seconds, 3/4 of a minute left to play. Pass miscommunication. It sees Tarasuk leave the puck behind. The Knights can't score as it's poked away by Schultz.
Outstanding job initially for West Essex, skating the puck out of the zone instead of just firing it down for a potential icing or trying to score into the empty net. They skated it out to the red line before trying to fire a shot in towards goal, as West Essex is going to call a timeout to try and give themselves a breather with 36 seconds even left in this third period. They've put on a defensive clinic so far here in this one, 36 seconds away from coming away with a shutout victory over Livingston.
Both teams have used their timeout in the midst of the final available timeout, or the Knights. Lancers score no overtime. They'll just have to take the point over the 3 that were available to start the contest. The first 2 periods were scoreless, finally breaking it so far. They're giving the credit to Joey Castellano. Don't see why they would change it with the goal on the day, Kevin.
Yeah, and it was really just a deflected puck that came out to the top of the blue line. Castellano corralled it in rhythm, couple of strides in, fired a wrist shot, and had found the back of the net, the only puck to get past either one of these goalies here today. And it was Sanders who surrendered the one goal. And now interesting that Sanders is coming back out on the ice with a neutral zone center ice face-off. Livingston gambling here that they'll control the draw and immediately send it into their offensive zone to pull Sanders, who's all the way in the high slot.
Lancers win the face-off. They'll try and press on the attack. This one will be covered up as it takes a unique bounce to Zeminski.
And Sanders staying in his cage for their 9 seconds. Now he skates off as he will go to the bench and the extra attacker is on for the Lancers.
Actually, that's exactly how the Lancers want it. They get to start a face-off attacking with an extra skater on the ice. There you can see all 6 of them in the West Essex zone.
West Essex wins the important draw and clears.
This one's going to take a rough roll towards the net, and it's going to shade out and be an icing.
Yeah, just had enough for icing. Livingston holding on for dear life that puck was going to cross the red line. But now still took a lot of time off that clock, now down to 19.5 seconds.
Remember, coming up, Pope John and Seton Hall Prep on a separate stream, concluding this one. This one available on demand after its live completion. Conklin swinging around is Zales. Tarasuk.
West Essex is trying to tie the puck up. You see it there.
Yeah, it's a smart move because it's burning a lot of time. The Lancers need to at least get a shot on, put some sort of pressure that's going to crack the Knights. They're running out of time. 2 seconds, 1 second. Knights poke it to the boards, and that will do it. The one goal from Joey Castellano will pull the Knights out of a tough contest versus the Lancers with their star player on the first game of a 2-game suspension. Final score, Knights 1, Lancers nothing. Kevin, your final takeaways before we wrap it up.
Well, you saw there when the final horn sound, the fist pumps and excitement from this West Essex team. They all absolutely mob the goalkeeper, Evan Zeminski, who was outstanding for the Knights here today, and he will rightly so lead them down the line in handshakes here against Livingston. Castellano the goal, but it was Zeminski who was the star of the game for West Essex.
So the Knights win part 1 of the Exit 5 rivalry. The Lancers won both last year. The Knights get this one started well as their star player is serving the first game of a 2-game suspension. Joey Castellano is credited with the 1 goal. The Lancers have not scored in 2 competitions. First time they've scored 2 in a row in a couple of years worth of time. The Knights are rolling. That is a big win to their name. They move to 3-1-1, and they move up in the standings. The Lancers are now a 2-2-1 record going into their next competition. Thank you so much for tuning in. Ryan Lowy, Kevin Connolly, Mustafa Houghton, D1 Media Per Page, NFHS Network, and we will see you next on a separate stream for Pope John and Seton Hall Prep, live here from Richard J. Cody Arena on the South Mountain Reservation in West Orange, Essex County, New Jersey. Have a great evening. Toodaloo.
He's going to take it himself for a championship. A double play wins it for Frazier.
Turn it to the end zone. What a catch. McInnis on touchdown.